Okay, anyway, back to what we were doing. Now that we've lost half our class. An algebraic expression, what it is. It consists of sums and or products of variables and numbers. Next word is a variable. Does anyone know what a variable is? All my participators left. Anyone want to guess what a variable is? It's like so easy, it's hard. It's like the alphabet, yes? CJ. I know what it is, but I can't Yeah. What does a variable do? A variable's like x, right? What's it do? If I say like x plus 2, what's x represent? Yeah, it represents something we don't know, right? I'll give you a sticker for that when I have the chance to get up. That's correct. Yes, a variable is a symbol, right? Which in our case, we usually use the alphabet, yes? Used to represent an unknown value. That is correct. Good job. Next word is term. Am I going too fast? Are we okay? Okay, crickets. A term may be a number, comma, a variable, comma, or the product slash quotient. It is spelled above if you can't spell it. Quotient of both a number and a variable. Oh boy. We have one more word for definition after this. I will have to switch pages. The next word is factors. Do we know what factors is? We're already giving a sticker away today. Anyone know what a factor is? If I say, like, what's the factors of 12? What am I asking you? Jalen? What do you mean put together? Close. Krista? Yes, two numbers that multiply to make a number. Yes. Jalen, you were close. Krista, you would have been right if you would have just answered your hand, put your hand up the first time, right? Almost gave her the answer. You're good thing she wasn't listening to you. So factors are two numbers that multiply them to make another. Are we all done with the first board? Connor, you done with the first board? Okay. Okay. So now we need to talk about all these words that represent our operations. Okay, so first, what are our four basic operations? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a little like chart. You're going to put addition first, a chart, and then we're going to write some words underneath it, okay? I'll put subtraction next. And I'll put a dot for multiplication because we don't use the X, right, for times anymore. And then I'll put the division sign. We use all four. I'll make a list of all the words that really mean those operations. And we'll go through them. Okay, I even use some of them in our definitions today. We're just going to start with addition. What are words that we use instead of saying addition? To add, yep. Sum of, yes. There's like a real generic one, starts with a P. Plus, yep. Chris looked at me like I was crazy. Anything else? The next two I can think of have like two words with them. So we're still doing addition. Because you can't say that in a sentence. You can't say 6 addition 5. That doesn't even make any sense. Yep. We're trying to think about sentences. How can you say, I'm trying to say this without doing it. How can you say it that like Krista has $10 in her pocket, but CJ has $25 in his pocket? Like, so he has 5. Yes, more than. And then there's an I word. To get bigger. Yes. Close, but no. Increase. Increased by is how we put it, right? X increased by 6 really means X plus 6. That's a good list. Now let's move to subtraction. So and you can use these to help you think about them. So what are some words that mean subtraction, CJ? Ooh, I like it more than take away. I like it. Take away. I'm just going to put it next to the one it goes with. You can put it wherever you want. Take away. Jalen? Decrease by, yep. Minus, my least favorite word. So sad and generic. Think of less than. That one's like an extra one, kind of goes with more than. Less than. Do you know what the opposite of sum is? Close, but no. It is a D word. You were on the right track. You can say decrease by. That's what we got right there. We already got that on our table. Let me give it to you. Can't think of it. Difference. So if I say, what's the difference between 5 and 2. You're saying 5 minus 2. Okay? Okay, let's move to multiplication. Times, generic word, I like it, times. Product, that's the best one. And we used it in our definitions, didn't we? A lot of times. Krista? You can say multiplied by. You can say that. Anything else? There's a really weird one that you wouldn't think would be multiplication. It is the word of. That one can be used. That one's the tricky one. Also, multiplication uses fancy words. So if I said 2 times bigger, or double, or twice as big, right? We're really doing 2 times something, yes. So sometimes they use those words at the same time as the multiplication with a number. For the most part, those are the numbers we use, the words we use for that. Last one, division. I have 3 of them. Yes, ma'am. No, a dividend is a part of division. What's the opposite of product? It's that word I had to spell to you earlier. It was in a definition. Quotient. Yep. Quotient. That's one of them. That's like the main one. Divide by. That's like the easy one. How can you describe a fraction? If I had an x on top and a 6 on the bottom, how could we describe that? What word would we use to describe? Over, correct. You can use the word over to describe division. These are the main ones, and now we're going to use these words and make sentences from them. So I'm going to move my table away. You're going to still have yours, so we can do what we're going to do. Woo. Just ran into my camera. Over. You said it. Oh boy, Krista. Okay. So example, first thing we're going to do, write algebraic form to verbal form. So these are the fancy ways of saying take what you have, which is the expression, and write it as a sentence. So verbal form really says write it into a sentence using those words we just figured out, okay? So first example, I'll have real basic. Did you just click, go through? Oh, okay. Okay, so let's try this. X, addition sign, and then a 6. We're taking notes, kiddo. Jump back in. So we need to describe them. When we have variables, you're going to actually say what the variable is, okay? CJ, you want to try it out? Literally, it's that easy. X plus 6. My rule with numbers is if it is not a double digit, you should write the number out, okay? So X plus 6, that's a sentence. It is that easy. What? Because if the number is not a double digit, you have to write it out. My rule, usually is if it's less than 20, you should write it out. I changed it to 10. Ooh. You just have to follow the instructions, whatever the test tells you. If it says it to write it out, it wants you to write it out. If it says it's okay to use the number, you can use the number. You just have to read the instructions. Okay? Is there another way we could have said this? Okay, you cannot answer because you were not here. Jalen, x increased by 6 or x added to 6? Yes, ma'am? Yes. Right, the sum of x and 6. No, you just have to write one. I'm just telling you that CJ said one answer, but does that mean all of you could have said different answers? Yes? Okay. Number 2, try this one. 3x with a 4 as an exponent. This is a tricky one. We didn't talk about these. What operation is this 3 and this x doing? Anyone can say out loud. What's that operation? Multiplication. Then we take a crack at this one. That could be an answer. 3 multiplied by x to the 4th power. CJ, what were you going to say? You could also say we'll write hers 3. Well, I spell it. Multiplied by x to the 4th power. Why? It's a sentence. This is much longer than this. That's the point. That's why it's easier to do this. But the other point also is, Caleb, you should be taking notes with us. You should be continuing. I just said you shouldn't guess out loud. You should jump into notes where you're at. She's giving them to you to copy down. So copy them down or lose your points for today. Pick one. The whole point of this is so that if you can hear this sentence or read it, you should be able to know what we're doing here. That's the point of this. Because a lot of times I'm going to read something to you, or you're going to get word problems, which is what happens on state tests. And really, you want to be able to turn them into a little expression. Now we're going to go the other way. We're going to go verbal to algebraic. So that means I'm going to give you the sentence. You're going to have to write the expression. Yes? First one and this one. I'm going to write the product of 6 and y. That's my sentence. The product of 6 and y. Literally just, the answer is 6y. Does that make sense? Is that too difficult? What about this one? What have we not done? Subtraction, right? Let's say x decreased by 4. Ooh, hold on. Times y. I did 2 operations. Only one's learning today. Play. Go ahead. So where's the y go? With all of it or just with the 4? Yep, just with the 4. That is correct. The hard one is take away. If you read take away, your stuff is actually in the wrong order. That's the hard one. Does this make sense? Is this doable? This is what the first homework is that you have. Remember, the backboard tells you what your homework is. So we are actually, because this is so easy and because we lost like 30 minutes yesterday, this is 1.1. Now I'm going to erase it. And now we are going to talk about something else that's also easy, which is 1.2. We're doing 2 things today. So now we're going to talk about 1.2. We're going to talk about your order of operations. This is where, if you needed a calculator, because sometimes basic math is hard, this is where we're going to need it. So I need to ask you, if you remember, do you remember the saying or the order for the order of operations? And please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Why did I put my dear and Aunt Sally together? Why, CJ? I got that. Okay, so let's talk about what they start for. P stands for parentheses. We're really talking about what's inside the parentheses. I can write it out or I can just put the little picture and tell you, right? We're solving what's inside the parentheses, right? Not what's on the outside. What does E stand for? Exponent. That's when you do the stuff outside the parentheses, right? We all know what an exponent is. M and D, Jalen said their multiplication / division. CJ restated the obvious that they're together. The reason they are is because multiplication does not come before division. You look at a problem and you do them left to right, whichever one happens first, you do it left to right, just like you read. Or should, if you could. Depending on your reading skills. Which means A/S, what does A and S stand for? Addition and subtraction, or add/subtract. And what do you think we're going to do with those also? We're going to do those based on, I'm pointing at it, left or right. So this is the most basic example I could ever give you in your entire world. Okay, promise. 3 plus 42 times, remember we use a dot for times, not the x, times 2 minus 5. In this problem, what do you actually do first, Krista? We do the multiplication first because no parentheses, no exponents. We do multiplication or division first. Well, there's only multiplication. So what is 42 times 2? 84. Since I did not use this other stuff, we bring everything, including its operations, down. Now we have addition and subtraction. Which one do we do first? Addition, because we work left to right. So what is 3 plus 84? 87. And then you're going to subtract 5. What is 87 minus 5? 82. So my final answer, 82. If you would have started left to right, just with the whole problem, you would get a very different answer. Yes? We can do this? I hope so. Let's try a harder problem, maybe with some parentheses in it. Okay, example 2. Let's try powers first. Let's start there. 16, subtract 8, divide by, we're using the symbol, 2 squared plus 14. Yes. We'll do it on your paper. I was going to let you guys do this on your paper and then see if you got the right answer. We're not doing it on the board yet. We're not there yet. Only because we're missing half our class today, Caleb. But next time, for sure. Yeah. Don't tell me the answer, but what are you doing first? Nope. Exponents first. Deal with that 2 squared first before you divide. Try it out. You have a calculator, I hope. Can't do it. One step at a time. If you don't need a calculator, that's great. That shows me you know some stuff. This is me really seeing how much you do or don't know. Did we get an answer? Are we almost done? Chad, did you get an answer? Did we get a double-digit answer? Like two places. Two numbers. I got 28. Who else got 28? Okay. Let's look at it. This turns into 4. Yes? Bring this down. Next, do that part. What's 8 divided by 4? 2. Bring everything else down. 16 minus 2. I showed all my work this time, so look at yours and see where did you mess up. What'd you do wrong? With 14? With the 14? Jalen, did you do the same thing? Ah, don't do that. Chad, did you get the right answer? No? I'm going to try again. We're going to get better if we practice. Okay, number 3. Similar one. 20 subtract 7 plus 8 squared subtract 7 times 11. Just a little bit of a change up. Now this time, Jalen, what you going to do first? Huh? Well, yeah, and you should do the exponent first. But yes. That would be a good idea. Do you want to check if your answer is correct or you have a question? Okay, that's fine. It is up to you, honestly. You can either just keep the numbers there and bring the signs down, or take the sign with the number. Just remember that answer, if it's negative, take the number with it. So it's up to you. The best thing you can do is take the sign with it, so you know that it's negative. Just don't forget to write the negative there with it when you write your answer. I this time got a single digit answer. Try it again, sweetie. You should do this first. Is your problem that you wrote 16 instead of 64? That would be your first problem. Because it is squared, not times 2. Oh, if I don't touch my computer every once in a while, it like goes to sleep. Ethan, did you get an answer? That would mean it's our potty break time. I can't get my phone. How we doing up here, gentlemen? I wasn't talking to you. I heard you give up. That's why I wasn't talking to you. Connor, did you get an answer? Why did you ask the boys around you and they said they got a different answer than you? Oh. Did you get that number right? That part right there. What I have on the board. We're doing order of operations. Jacoby and Derek, we're doing order of operations is what we're doing right now. I am recording it for you though, so you'll be able to see it. Oh boy. Katie, did you get a single digit answer? The answer is the answer you got the last time. So, Krista, did you get that far? Order of operations says parentheses first, but we got none, right? So next is E for exponents. We take 8 and squared it, not 8 times 2, 8 squared. So that's our first mistake, right? Okay. Then from here, right where we are on the board, what would we do next? Did you start left to right? Okay, that's fine. That's what you're supposed to do. That is the next step, is to do this multiplication. No, times. So it doesn't matter. It should be, if you bring the negative down, either way, it's negative 77. It's either minus 77 or negative 77. They mean the same thing right now. Then you only have addition and subtraction left, right? Correct? No. You just go left to right. If you have addition and subtraction, you just go left to right. What is 20 minus 7? 13. So then just bring everything else down. So then 13 plus 64. 77. Bring down the thing you did not touch. What is 77 subtract itself? Katie got it right. Anybody else get that answer right? Last problem. Good job, Lee. It's a little off. I said times. Remember, we use dots as multiplication, not x's, because now we have x's in our problems. Okay, let's try again. Welcome in our new friends. You have to do it anyway. You messed up. Okay. Here you go. 4 divided by, so division sign, 2 plus sign, 5 parentheses, 10 minus 6, close your parentheses. This is example number 4. What are you going to do first? Parentheses, only the inside. So what is 10 minus 6? 4. Bring down everything else. What is that 5 doing? It's multiplying. So technically, I almost wrote 5 again. I can leave that 4 in parentheses, or I can put the dot for 4 because it is multiplying. That is up to you. In my answer? C, I did. Yes. That is the answer I have. Good job. What do you mean? Why are you bleeding? I mean, there's tissues and stuff up there. No, just use a tissue. Yes, ma'am. Yes, fill out your agenda. I'll let you go. It is a double-digit answer. Are we done? Can I check with you on your answer as a whole? Let's check. 22. Did we get it right? Connor, did you get it right? Yeah? Jalen? Okay. Try. This one had no powers in it. That was the thing. Okay, you ready for this one? It's gonna have parentheses and powers in it. That's okay. Okay, 6. You ready? Put a bracket. It's another form of parentheses. 32. No. minus parentheses 2 plus 3, close your parentheses. No, close your parentheses. Squared that parentheses. Close the bracket. The bracket means that your final step will be you will simplify everything on the inside first using order operations. Your last step will do 6 times whatever the number is on the inside. So work on the inside. Start with your order of operations, parentheses first. Then your exponents. Then your addition and subtraction. Then when you're done, you'll have multiplication outside of your brackets because it's 6 times whatever that one answer is. I don't think my answer is right. It doesn't look right. Let me check. Do you get a double-digit number? It is a double-digit number. No, sit down. Just wait. Okay, we'll just wait. Give you a little hint. Did you do 2 plus 3 and get 5? Two plus 3. Yeah, that's the only way to do it. Well then, it'll be fine until I don't let you use it again. And you have to show your work, so that's a hard part. Because it'll like trick you. The thing about the Alex test is it'll be this easy, but then they'll be like show each step. So you'll get a point for each step for showing like the first order of operations and doing it the right way. So you can get the right answer, but then you wouldn't get all those points for the correct steps. So then this turns into this. This turns into this.
Right there.
Okay. Okay, now still gonna do this. It's just gonna have an extra step in the beginning. First, it's gonna say evaluate, which really just still means solve. Then it's gonna give you some information, okay? So it's gonna give you a problem like this. 3x squared plus parentheses 2y plus z to the third power, close your parentheses. So if this is all the information you had, could you solve this? The answer is no. They're 3 different variables. They have nothing in common. You can't do anything. But if I gave you this information next to it. X equals 4. Y equals 5. Z equals 3. Now, can we solve this? So what are we going to do with the 4, the 5, and the 3? What's that word called when we put something in for something else? It's a math word. Yes, Jacoby? Substitution sticker for Jacoby for today. So we're going to substitute things in. When we substitute a number in, what do we put around that number? Parentheses. So 3 was already there. In the parentheses for x, I'm going to write 4, and it's squared, plus 2 times y, in parentheses, plus z, which is 3, to the third. Now, can you do some math? Maybe is the real question. This one is a double digit. It is a higher double digit number. So again, that I think I have like 3 people to give stickers to. I'm going to walk around and do that. Because inside the parentheses, the main ones, there's so much going on, you should simplify these first. So turn this into a number. Turn this into a number. You should do that before you try to do all kinds of crazy stuff. And you're 2 digits. A higher 2-digit number, which means it's greater than 50. I'll give you a hint. It's greater than 75. It's not. You are wrong, sweets. What? There's multiple left up there. Oh, Jacoby. Do you have this, what I have? Well, that would be your first mistake. Which is impossible. You working on fixing your problem there, Caleb? No, leave it alone. It is 85. How did you guys get 43? I will tell you this, if you did it in a different method or order, that's why you're wrong. In order of operations, there's literally only one order to do it. Let's try another one. Maybe that one just had too much parentheses going on. You're starting to get annoying. It is not as bad as the last one. Do you not write on the back of your papers? Then you are going to go through probably 4 notebooks. Also, maybe write smaller. Do you skip lines? I don't know. I fit all of 1.1 and 1.2's work and answers on one sheet. You must be doing something, because look. I mean, like, I write big on boards, but not on paper. Well, yeah, that doesn't help. Can you read your own handwriting? Oh, well. Also, another reason I enjoy online tests, because then I don't have to try to read your handwriting. This one? Yes. A lower double-digit number. This answer is a double-digit number. It is a number lower, but double-digit. What? Okay, then sit there. People aren't done yet. It is a double-digit number. Hey, Chad, will you do me a favor? Will you just lift your head up for a second? Thank you.